When people think of the fall of Rome, the same scenes usually flash in their minds: barbarians at the gates, collapsing legions, emperors poisoned in their own palaces. In other words, blows coming from the outside. But great empires rarely fall only because of external enemies. The real collapse starts quietly, from within. And most of the time, at the heart of that collapse lies one thing: money. Rome's story was no different. It wasn't just invasions or corruption that brought it down. Rome fell because its own money fell apart. And strangely enough, what happened back then still stands as a warning for every country today, like a whisper saying, "Don't play with your money, or the people will pay the price." Let's rewind a bit. For centuries, the backbone of Rome's economy was a small silver coin called the denarius. When it was first minted, it was almost pure silver. Soldiers trusted it, merchants preferred it, ordinary people saved with it. It wasn't just a coin, it was Rome's reputation, cast into metal. But as the empire grew, so did its expenses. Armies needed to be paid, roads needed to be built, wars needed to be funded. Taxes weren't enough, so emperors took the easy way out: they reduced the silver inside the coins. Same looking money, but worth less. Sounds a lot like printing extra money today, doesn't it? The numbers tell the story. Under Augustus, the denarius was nearly pure silver. By Caracalla's time, it was half that. By Gallienus' reign, it was practically bronze with a thin silver coating on top. People noticed the trick. Prices shot up. The wheat you could once buy for a single denarius now cost dozens. Soldiers demanded higher pay, merchants refused to accept the coin, and everyone rushed toward things they trusted: gold, land, barter. When the money broke, trust broke. When trust broke, the economy collapsed. By the 3rd century, Rome felt like it was burning from the inside. Emperors came and went, civil wars erupted, plague spread. But beneath all of this was a financial meltdown. The state tried to collect taxes with worthless money, farmers abandoned their land, trade networks snapped. At some point, Diocletian had enough. He issued his famous edict freezing prices, and breaking the rules meant death. But what good is a price edict when the money itself is worthless? The result was predictable: black markets exploded, while official trade nearly died. Eventually, Rome gave up on the denarius entirely. They replaced it with a stronger gold coin, the solidus. But by then it was too late. The economy had collapsed, and trust had evaporated. When the money collapsed, the empire followed. Now let's fast forward to today. This isn't just Rome's story. We've seen the same pattern over and over again. As money loses value, ordinary people suffer the most, while the wealthy survive because they own real assets. Post-World War I Germany, Zimbabwe in the 2000s. Even the moment the dollar was disconnected from gold in 1971, different eras, same pattern. When money is quietly devalued, through inflation, the outcome never changes. People grow poorer, savings evaporate, trust disappears. Governments sometimes call it growth or investment, but in reality it works like a silent tax. Today, almost all currencies in the world are backed by nothing but trust. So when a crisis hits, it spreads like falling dominoes. So what does this story mean for you? First, inflation is not an accident, it's a policy. Second, real wealth is the stuff that keeps its value during crisis. Land, skills, production, work. Third, no economic system is eternal. Tell anyone living in Rome for 100 years that their money would one day be worthless. They'd laugh. But it happened. When money collapses, society collapses. Trade stops, contracts break, state authority weakens. The barbarians at the gate only deliver the final blow. The real destruction starts inside, in the treasury. History doesn't repeat itself exactly. But if you ignore it, it hits you with the same lesson. Rome's money still whispers to us. Even the strongest systems become fragile when their money is mismanaged.